What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of the pack-only Road to Glory. I had initially recorded all of this that you're about to see live. Unfortunately, my cam footage was corrupt, so I'm having to re-record it. I've managed to condense it down a little bit. We've got about 10 or 12 minutes of pre-recorded footage that I'm going to talk about, show you the rewards from the week just gone, and show you basically the SBCs that I've done, and then I'm going to go live and show you the team that I've built for this current weekend league, and basically what we plan to do and where we plan to go. There was a lot of obviously important questions and stuff from this series. I know one of the biggest things that people are asking right now is when is Draft the Glory coming back. I explained in the last episode that Draft the Glory will be coming back this week. You're probably seeing this video on Sunday. And then my gameplay video will be Monday, Tuesday, and then rewards back again on Thursday night. So hopefully that'll be kind of the plan here. But we end up getting into Silver 2, Silver 3, Silver 3 or Silver 2? Silver 2, I believe, for these rewards. I was excited, man. I was excited for these rewards. We get a mega pack, 15,000 coins, and a rare gold pack. So that's a 25k pack, a 35k pack, and 15,000 coins, which is pretty good for this account. All we need from these packs right now is usable players. The most important thing for this series right now is usability. Once I can get a really coherent squad together, we'll definitely have the ability to push on and move forwards. Whilst I was recording this, I was looking at the monthlies. This month, it looks like silver is going to be the extent of where we can go. 67 wins for gold is too much of an ask for this month, for the simple fact that I only got 5 wins on week 1 because I had to go up to Birmingham to go to court. And so if I got 11 wins week 1 and we were sat on 22 wins right now, that would leave us 45 wins away. That wouldn't be impossible. I might have tried my best to try and get 23 wins to get there. But going forwards, off the back that 67 wins is the requirements for gold, next month I definitely want to get into gold, which means I'm going to have to get about 22 wins a week, which for you guys, a lot of you guys, that would be awesome. Because it means I'm going to have to play 30, maybe 35, maybe even all 40 games on this account to get 22 wins. But I will try my best to get the wins required to get us into gold. For no other reason than those 3 red cards, the 3 gold red cards, will be super, super important for this account somewhere down the line. So our first reward there wasn't a great face card. However, we got Wijnaldum in the pack as well, who is very important to the team. We got some contracts and fitness cards, a position modifier. I will end up selling the consumables most likely because bronze pack method always suits me out. Sorts me out with the consumables. So I'll sell those when they're going for a premium. And again, because this is another promotional weekend due to the upgrades and downgrades or the rating refreshes, this weekend probably isn't the most ideal weekend to sell them. And then we get Bruno there as well, who will list up for about 950 and sell him on happy days. So our first pack, not the best, but definitely one usable player. We then get our mega pack, 30 items in this pack, very, very useful for flooding the club with players and consumables, and we get ourselves another Fiorentina player in Rodriguez. So we get 2 Fiorentina players, which is very helpful for Calcio A squad building. We have a lot of Calcio A players, and once again we get a BPL player in this pack, so super helpful. Again, we get Perez there, and we get a La Liga player as well in Rico, who is also going to be helpful for us for the next weekend's weekend league that requires the La Liga players, basically. And again, a whole bunch of consumables and stuff that I'll store to the club. And then we get Montero for the 3rd time. I've got already one of him on the bench, one of them in the club. A couple of silver players that I'll store for right now. I did check this dude. I don't think he sold for anything, so I put him into the club anyway. Yeah, he was super cheap, so I thought I'll keep him to either use him for myself or sell him when he's got a little bit more value. And I discarded the remaining items because they're not worth anything. So that left us with 20,000 coins, guys. With that 20,000 coins, I opened 4 more gold packs. So people are still a little confused, I think, as to why I open these packs. The reason why I open these packs is because it floods the club with players that are usable in SBCs that generate better packs. That's why I do these ones. I get minimum 3 players as a pack like this, 4 players. It's really, really helpful, not only for helping the club out with players and consumables, but also for the fact that we get the players that will help us with the settings, basically, like what we need for specific weekend leagues. So we open the next one and we get ourselves Oscar De Marcos, a huge pull for this account. He will be very, very useful. I can imagine myself playing a lot of games with De Marcos. And we get Roberto in there as well. So 2 La Liga players, which is massive. Absolutely massive. DeMarcos more so because he is a right back that we can just use now. He's not one that specifically needs upgrading or improving. He can be a mainstay in a team. So he was a huge player. Very, very happy to pick him up. Next up, we got ourselves another rare player. However, this time it was a silver. We get Closer there, the centre-back. Doesn't help us out at all. He will be useful for an SBC somewhere down the line, I'm sure. And we get 2 silvers. This was a really savage pack. 2 silver players, 4 individual fitness cards, 3 contract cards, and 2 really bad manager leagues. When your rare card is a silver player, that's pretty sucky. That's probably the worst 5k pack that we've had to date. It was a very, very bad pack. Very, very unfortunate. We then open our 4th and final gold pack. And this one contains for us no rare player again. I believe we got a helpful player in here though. We get Pizarro there, who from the Bundesliga could be helpful as well for next weekend's weekend league, or maybe by the time you're watching this coming weekend's weekend league. We also get the Spanish goalkeeper from the Turkish league and a Bundesliga 2 player. And we get the French Manager League that could be helpful. Again, just some consumables that would be quite nice. And I discard the remaining items. So that doesn't leave us many coins, but we definitely improved a lot. I'll show you the team in the live portion of this afterwards. At this point in time, when I recorded it live, I had then taken you through the team, what I'm going to use, how I'm going to use it. But I've cut that out now because I'm going to go back onto the account and do that part again after I show you the SBCs. So fortunately, we're in a good position for some of these SBCs where we're actually able to not only complete the SBCs, as you can see the first one here, but I was also able to sell quite a lot of these bronzes and make a nice little bit of profit. Not huge amounts, but a nice little bit. We get a 2 rare gold players pack here, which isn't ideal if we get unlucky, but to trade in 11 bronzes for 2 rare golds, perfect. And again here, we complete the Bundesliga one. I didn't need to use any, well, I can't buy anything anyway. Obviously everything is done from the club. And I managed to complete the Calcio A as well. A little bit more difficult on this one. I had to use one of the silver cards. I could have sold that silver striker for like 1,800 coins. But I get 500 coins and a gold pack. I decided it was probably better to get the gold pack because I'm trading in mostly bronzes there. So I felt like that was the best thing to do. We end up completing foreign players. We get an all players pack and 1,000 coins. So we've given ourselves 4 packs here for completing the playing abroad. I opened the silver players pack now. And then I waited to open the rest of the packs, which is for you is going to be in an instant. I waited for the BPL upgrades because I wanted to open those packs when there was more special cards in packs. I felt like that was the best thing to do. So I opened the premium silver players pack. We didn't get anything too amazing in this pack, if I remember correctly. There was no like French League players are expensive, no La Liga Santander players are expensive. It was just your traditional silver players pack. There were a few decent players in there though, like the Dutch player, the MLS player, that will go into our SBCs when we can complete those. And again, we are stacking this club up right now. We've got hundreds and hundreds of players in the club already. A lot of silvers, a lot of golds, of course, mostly bronze. But we're doing a good job. Like I feel very happy already with the kind of depth of this club, which is brilliant. So moving on to the next SBCs, guys. Before I open those packs, I was unable to complete the Middlesbrough v Oxford one because I only had one Oxford player and no Middlesbrough player, so I sold the Oxford player. I was able to complete the next one, the Copenhagen versus Brøndby. Just 11 bronzes, all from the same league. I had an abundance of those and they weren't selling, so I didn't even list those ones up. I was, again, unable to complete Middlesbrough versus Oxford. But Hellas Verona versus Ferreira, I was able to complete that. I had one of each and I sold one of them on, which was nice. And then I used the Saudi League to complete that one. And we get an all-players pack. And I was unable to complete the Red Bulls versus Whitecaps because I just didn't have the players to hand. But that left us, guys, with 5 more packs to open. It's really, really good now. I said to you guys, the grind will start off slow and it will start snowballing. And this is the snowball effect starting. What we've got now is we've got a base of players that allow us to complete at least half of SBCs. You know, we're completing some of them fully, some of them half, some of them just a little bit, like the Dele Alli Player of the Month, who was only able to do 1. But the more this snowballs, the more we get, the more we earn, the more we get, the more packs we earn, the better it's going to be, to the point where we'll be able to start completing all of the SBCs all of the time. And that will be when this account will just take off and go supersonic through the roof. And I can't wait for that. It's some weeks away yet, because obviously we require new SBCs and we require rewards for foot champs, but it's pretty good. So we get ourselves another La Liga left back there, which is very helpful. Any BPL player with Morrison there is super helpful. Any Calcio A player, basically any of the top 5 leagues is super helpful for requirements and for SBCs. I stored everything to the club there. We opened then the next pack, the All Players pack. We've got 2 All Players packs. Again, really nice, the All Players packs, because you get 4 golds, 4 silver, 4 bronze. It's just a nice wealth of players. And we get ourselves another couple of BPL players, which is helpful, and another La Liga player, which is very, very helpful. Unfortunately, none of these players really were worth anything. A couple of the Saudi players that we used in an SBC we get back, which is great. That leaves us with 1 more All Players pack. And in this All Players pack, again, no rare gold, which is disappointing, because the rare golds really do help upgrade our team. And on this occasion, we actually didn't get anything really to help the club at all. A few players that were worth something for SBCs that I will store and use in my own clubs, my own SBCs. I checked all the prices over time, and none of them were really worth anything. We also got a duplicate Verhaeg right back. I believe he sold for about 900 to 1,000 coins. Again, just puts a little bit of coins back in the bank. Can't complain about that. It will go towards opening another gold pack, which will be very nice. And then last but not least, we had that 2 players pack. And in the 2 players pack, we managed to pick, I think there was a pretty decent player in this 2 players pack actually. So 2 players there, no walkout of course. It was no big flair, but what we got was, so we got Benatia, which is very nice. And I think we got another useful player in here as well from Calcio A. Oh, we got Baba from Bundesliga, which again is super helpful. So that, guys, is the end of the rewards and SBCs. I'm now going to take you into a live section where I'm going to show you the team and how we're going to perform on this weekend league. So guys, I just want to show you the team for this weekend league, how it's going to work and what's going to happen. The team on the screen is going to be our starting lineup. We're going to be starting with Jermaine Defoe, who has got an incredible record for us so far. 11 goals and 19 assists in his 21 games. And then Callum Wilson will be the other striker. 20 games and 24 assists with, 24 goals with just the 2 assists. Let me start that again. 20 games, 24 goals, 2 assists for Callum Wilson. In at Cam for 1 game and 1 game only. We're going to get our final game with Dele Alli. And then after Dele Alli is done, Davis is going to go back into the... Actually, I think Leroy Fer is going to be our Cam. So after we play the first game with Dele Alli, Leroy Fer is going to be there. And then when we need fitness for Leroy Fer, we're going to be putting in Davies for the replacement. So the 2 cams there are going to swap. And for the striker role, I'm basically going to rotate the 3. Perez, like when Defoe is tired, Perez will pop in. Then when Wilson is tired, Defoe will pop back in. And then when Perez is tired, Wilson will pop back in. I'll basically rotate the 3 strikers like that. So I don't need a 4th striker at the moment. That'll be very helpful for us, no problem at all. So that's our 2 strikers and our cam. On the left mid, we've got Anthony Martial for 5 games, and I'm going to rotate him with Montero throughout those 5 games. So I'll basically get 10 games out of Montero and Martial before I need another left mid, which I don't have at the moment. So in that meantime, what's going to happen is basically Montero is going to have fitness cards applied to him. I believe I have another right mid. Did I have another right mid? I'm pretty sure I had another right mid. Oh no, wait, I do have a left mid. I have Wijnaldum. Why do I not have him on here? And I have Sacco as well. These are important for me. I don't know why I've not got them in the team. So we've got Wijnaldum there. So Wijnaldum will basically play on that left mid when Martial is gone and rotate Montero. In the meantime, I'm going to rotate Wijnaldum with Townsend, because obviously Townsend's going to require fitness refresh as well. So it'll be Wijnaldum for Townsend and Montero for Martial throughout the first set of games. Once Martial's contract runs out, it will be Montero and Wijnaldum down that left-hand side, and then Sacco and Townsend down that right-hand side until I can get myself a better BPL CDM, of course. In defensive midfield, we're starting with Mendy, and we're going to replace him with Doucouré when we need him. This Mendy card, pretty damn decent, medium height. Okay, he's only 5'6", but he's got very, very nice stats. He's basically the poor man's Kante, isn't he? In defence, guys, we've got Yunus Kabul and Joel Matip to swap out with the 2 centre-backs. So as soon as Blind and Hernandez lose their fitness levels, we'll swap those out. Matip and Kabul will come in. And on the right-back slot, it will be Carl Lowton. Is it Carl Lowton? Am I right with that? Matthew Lowton. Don't know where I got Carl from. Matthew Lowton will swap with Ward. And again, I don't believe I have a left back. I don't believe I have a defender in general, actually. I have a centre back and a striker, but I don't have another full back. So the idea here, I changed all this. It's all gone back to normal. Oh no, yeah. So yeah, the idea here is to use Loughton as the replacement. So when Peters is tired, Loughton will go in. When Ward is tired, Loughton will then drop into the right back slot, and I'll rotate those three defenders as so that I've got a second string team on the bench, no problem at all. Once obviously Butland's games are up, Zila will go back in goal. For now though, Zila's going to stay out of the club. Also Davies here we don't need in the club either, for the simple fact that he's just not used anywhere or useful anywhere. And that leaves us 2 spots on the bench, or 2 spots on the team. And I'm obviously going to need two super subs. And what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using the Callum card as one of the super subs, because he's got a lot of pace and is going to be very, very good. Look at what we've got, by the way. This is crazy. This team is crazy. We're going to be using Callum and we're going to be using Alex Pato for our 2 super subs. Bit risky, in my opinion, going for nothing but offensive super subs. The reason why I'm doing that is because my attack, it loses stamina so very easily that I kind of need the offense rather than the defense. You know, my aim here isn't to defend. If I concede goals, I quit the game and move on. If I can score goals, that's all that matters to me. So this, guys, will be the starting lineup. It will rotate with the players on the bench. And we'll use, as I say, we'll use Callum and Pato as super subs or impact subs throughout the games that we need them. My aim for this week is to get 14 wins. We've got silver 3, we've got bronze 1, we've got silver 2. Now silver 1 is the aim for me. 14 wins is the aim. If I've got enough time, I will try and push on and try and get 18 wins and get into gold 3 for the first time ever. But I think for me, for this weekend, with this team, this is actually a solid team. This is going to be the lineup and how we're going to proceed. So with this team, guys, hopefully I'm going to be able to be successful with it. You know, we've done quite well so far. We've got a decent record as well, 46 and 19. Given how many games that we've quit on purpose, I'm not too displeased with that record. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on the trade pile as well that is ready and gearing to sell. This guy didn't sell, our player here. He's down to 1,000 coins. Wow, he's down to like 600. I'm actually going to send him back to the club and use him if I can for myself rather than anything else. This guy as well, he was going for a lot. Is he still going for a lot? Are we actually going to get 4,000 coins out of this dude? He didn't sell for the first time for 4,000 coins. There's one there for 3,000, 1,800. Yeah, I'll list him up 2,000. There's 1,800 is the next lowest, so I think he'll sell. Shalotto here was worth a bit as well, just because these guys are usable in the SBCs basically. We'll send Shalotto in for 1,300 coins. A couple of bronzes that aren't really selling. We get Isimat Mirin. We'll relist him, see if he'll sell as well. The leg healing card should sell as well. We'll relist the rest of the stuff. But that, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. The next video that you're going to see is my gameplay in Foot Champs. Hopefully we can have a successful run and not lose too many along the way. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.